to introduce the founder of Car Collection Advisors. Some say his blood is synthetic motor oil, but others, they say he starts his day off with a shot of high-octane racing fuel. Now, without further ado, start your engines and let's take it from here in second gear and welcome Racer X!
Welcome back, petrol heads and car fanatics. We've got another video today. Today we're going to shift our focus from exotics to muscle car. So on the turntable here is a Kirkham Cobra. To the right of it is a Ford GT, and up on the lift to the left is a Corvette 66 427 4¼ horse coupe. We're going to be testing all three, but today we're going to test the Cobra. This is a Kirkham Cobra, and it was put together by Mike McCluskey. The motor is a 427 Dembeski that's been stroked to 511. It's fuel injected, and the dyno horsepower on that motor is 680. And about the same amount of torque, right in the 680, 690 range. So it's a beast. The weight on this car is around 2,200 pounds. This car is all aluminum. That's not a wrap. I think this is differentiated from all the other non-Cobras that are fiberglass in that this is a complete aluminum frame on a stainless steel chassis, and it was built in a Polish MIG factory where they pound out all the body panels using molds from airplanes. And it's a very expensive venture to create this body. And the quality of it is beyond, it looks amazing. You'll hear the engine, which I describe as thunder. It's very exciting to drive. And Mike McCluskey is known as sort of the guru of both original Cobras, restored Cobras, and putting Kirkhams together. And one thing about the Kirkham, it's like having a vintage Cobra, but with all modern suspension, brakes, steering, better tires, and it drives better, runs better. This is like a mid-9 second quarter-mile car. It's a ballistic animal, and you can come around and look at the motor. It's turnkey, just with the fuel injection makes it so drivable, but here we have the motor, and just an amazing car. This was certified California, and there's a little process to that where you have to have inspections and so forth. And this car has a Tremec 5-speed gearbox that just shifts really nice. I like it a lot better than the 4 speeds, and yeah, we're going to take this for a run, and you'll hear it and see it, and you can let us know what you think in the comments. Ford GT right over here to its right, 40th anniversary. This has a few modifications. Since it's not a hybrid, you can do that. We did maintain the catalytic converters. It's smog compliant. Has a smaller pulley on the supercharger, which gives it more boost. That AccuFab throttle body, straight pipe still and exhaust, which shaved off a number of pounds. This vehicle, instead of having 550 horsepower, has 730 and 650 pound-feet of torque. So it's significantly more potent than a stock Ford GT. The individual who did the work on this basically described it as turning a supercar into a hypercar, and I have to agree with him. It's an amazing car. I've had it since 2006, and I doubt it'll ever go anywhere. Corvette up on the top is a 427 4¼ horse. Even with that horsepower, it wasn't enough for me. So I had quarter-mile performance, go through the motor. We stroked it to 496. I had custom-made pistons, chrome moly, short sleeve, and with the factory heads and all the factory parts, you look in there, it looks factory. We were able to get 12-to-1 compression out of it, and dyno at 580 horse and 605 pound-feet of torque. Car had to be upgraded with an F41 suspension and a rock crusher tranny, and transform that car into a very, very quick 66 Corvette. So that's actually a lot of fun. So we'll have to have some pulls between the Cobra and the Corvette. Cobra does have more power to weight ratio, but should be fun to watch. So anyway, without further ado, let's go drive. Okay, so we're gonna end this video with the race tip of the day. And this race tip is more for track use and things that come up on the track. And we all find ourselves in the position that when we're coming into the, let's say, main straight of a racetrack where we might have taken the turn into the main straight a little too hot and find ourselves going off track. So the key to that is stay off track until you regain control of the car. A lot of drivers, the natural tendency is they go off track and yank the wheel. I call it pinching it, and they'll yank the wheel back to the track. Let's say they yank it to the left to get back onto the main straight. Front tires will hit the pavement, and it's a bad situation. So what you want to do is once you go off track, actually aim more off track, ride it out like you're in a Baja 1000. Get control of the car, stay in the throttle, easing the throttle off ever so gently, ease it back onto the track ever so gently. Once all four tires are on the track and you're headed down the straight, then back in the throttle, and away you go. It's also another good one where a car in front of you spins out in front of you, and rather than crashing into it, you can go off track, and you ride it out. And that can go for street use too. If you find yourself off into, you know, the dirt. You just got to pretend that's your new lane of travel, and no steering inputs. And again, just a reminder that on braking and throttle application, always think of a straightaway, and you're at the end of the straightaway, and you're going to take your brake, you're going to bite it, and then give it maximum braking power. That'll set the front contact patches. It'll allow the car to turn in. And as you turn in, you release the brake ever so gently, no abrupt. If you abruptly come off the brake, you're going to unsettle the car. And you don't want to do that. As a matter of fact, you want to start practicing trail braking, which is keep some brake pressure on as you enter the turn. And you'll see that you'll understeer less. Your car will turn right where you want it to. And you can also apply gas and some brake. That's left foot braking. And bleeding off that brake ever so gently as you enter the turn and through the turn. And then obviously you get to the apex and you apply maximum throttle. If you're not floored at the apex, you're not driving the course correct.